how can we strengthen our capacity to, in difficult moments, in easy moments, in big moments, to choose presencing as a way of leaning into the world, as a way to responding to what is happening to us, even if it's very disruptive. And for us, that building of the capacity starts with attending to our quality of listening, our quality of attention. Remember, open mind, open heart, open will. How do we build that capacity inside to switch on curiosity and compassion and courage? And it starts with that very basic and essential capacity of listening. And listening, for me, stands for how we relate to the world. So our quality of listening represents our relationship with the world around us, people and beyond people. So I'll introduce the 4 levels of listening and hope that in that way it becomes clear how we can tune our quality of attention as we walk through the world and the disruption around us. So level 1 is what we call downloading. So we're listening from habit. It's the habits of judgment that are activated. And in the end, whatever we are perceiving, what we're hearing, is what we already knew. And so we're reconfirming old opinions that we have. It's like you listen to someone presenting a whole story, and at the end, what you recollect is what you already knew. Because we want to make sure that we're confirmed in what we believe. The second level of listening is when we start listening from the outside. So it's factual listening. And it's actually different, the opposite of level 1. What you're starting to notice around you is what's different. And so you're disconfirmed. Everything that's disconfirming what you know is what you pick up. So you already switched on some kind of curiosity and you opened your mind, but you're still more focused on what's different from what you know. And there is a way to do that very positively. There's a way where you can say, I'm very eagerly and curious, noticing what I don't know so that I can learn and adapt what I know and evolve and grow my opinions and my beliefs. But often it's a way where if there is a fear at the base, where you feel threatened by what we don't know and what's different. And we're creating this kind of boundary between us and the world, and we're focusing on what we disagree with. So someone could tell you a whole story. And if I would ask you at the end, how was it? Well, it was okay, but those 2 things I didn't agree with. And why not the 89 other things that you were shared and that maybe have more value for you than those 2 things you disagree with? If we take that to the other level, the level 3, the listening from within, is what we call empathic listening. And it's that moment where you switch on compassion, you open your heart, which means that you can listen from an emotional connection, which allows you to just look at the world through someone else's eyes. And it's not about you have to agree or you have to be positive and you cannot disagree. No, whether you agree or disagree, suspend that opinion for a moment and just listen to the whole story. Give yourself a moment to look at the world through the eyes of that other person without judging, without focusing on what you agree with or disagree with, what you like or dislike. Just listen. And at the end, you can feedback, of course, based on what you believe. But just make that emotional connection and open your heart. Level 4 is listening from source, what we call generative listening. It's when you are listening to the future that is emerging. Is you switch on your courage, what we call open will, and you're just present with what is emerging. Those conversations or that way of listening allows you to connect more with the possibilities of what wants to emerge. And often we perceive when we're in a situation or a context of generative listening, you're just not the same person afterwards. Something shifted. It has this transformational quality of all of a sudden perceiving from a different space, a spacious place. and you perceive what wants to happen, what's emerging, what are those possibilities beyond what you already knew or didn't know, what you believe and don't believe, what you like and don't like. You just are attending to the potential around you. And it gives this deep spatial quality within. And that's what we mean with presencing as a way of attending to emerging future. So why we introduce those 4 levels of listening? It's like it's a way for us to become more aware of how we are listening, what our quality of our attention is, so that we can catch ourselves and say, maybe I want to shift this quality. Maybe I want to be present in a level 3. Maybe I want to be present in a level 4. But first, it starts with you becoming aware how you listen. And then, secondly, to become capable to shift your quality of attention if you are in a context where you think that would be better and more valuable. So next time when you are on a walk with a friend, or next week in your meeting with a colleague, your weekly meeting for a colleague, try just to be aware how you're listening.